Many American Muslims feel they are once again in the position of having to defend their faith.
We look to our leaders to invite us, not to investigate us.
In just the past year, the Islamic Center and mosque to be built near Ground Zero drew fierce opposition, along with a dozen attacks on mosques across the country.
It's open season on hate towards Muslims and Islam.
Why now, especially since the majority of Americans have resisted the urge to scapegoat Muslims in the years since 9/11, despite negative images in the movies and on the news?
John Esposito is a religion and Islamic professor at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C.
People feel under siege, they feel threatened by the economy, by terrorism, etc. The risk is that Islamophobia will become the kind of new form of discrimination, like anti-Semitism, like racism towards blacks.
Conservatively, figures show an estimated 5 million Muslims in America. And the intensifying hostility and rise in hate speech is alarming to many, like these clerics who we met at a recent Islamic summit in Houston.
You would never hear any mainstream commentators say, do you think another Christian sect could open up a mosque? Do you think Jews should be allowed to open their synagogues anywhere they want? But we have mainstream news presenters just asking the question bluntly. Do you think Muslims should be allowed to open mosques anywhere they want?
What changed the game? 19 people changed the game? How did that happen? Because we've been your doctor, we've been your x-ray tech, we've been your accountant, we've been serving you slushies for a long time. So what tipped the scales?
Wissam Sharif, Yasser Hadi, and other prominent American clerics say American Muslims are under siege both by Islamic extremists and some U.S. conservatives.
You have radical Islamic clerics, right, preaching from abroad saying you cannot be an American and a Muslim at the same time. Well, lo and behold, on the far right, you have quite a number of famous, prominent Islamophobes who are saying the exact same message.
The Ground Zero Mosque, as some call it, has whipped up national debate, fueled in part by misinformation and fear-mongering. Yet anti-Muslim feelings have been simmering. Since last year, this YouTube video has been viewed more than 12 million times.
The world is changing. It's time to wake up.
Islam has become a political wedge issue, with politicians like Newt Gingrich comparing Muslims to Nazis.
Nazis don't have the right to put up a sign next to the Holocaust Museum in Washington. There's no reason for us to accept a mosque next to the World Trade Center.
In fact, a Duke University study finds rather than fuel terrorism in America, contemporary mosques prevent it. National security experts and American Muslims like Siraj Muhammad fear there's a lot at stake.
The more they speak and the more they incite people, they themselves are a concern to be dealt with, and they have to be told, you have to stop this rhetoric. It's hurting America's security.
Right, because it's creating hatred.
Yes, it's creating a lot of hatred.
The latest 2008 FBI statistics on hate crimes against Muslims don't reflect what's going on now, but experts believe the spike that happened after 9/11 could repeat itself.
Several mosques have recently been targeted for violence. Security videos capturing an attempted pipe bombing in Florida. And in New York, a cab driver stabbed after allegedly being asked if he was Muslim.
Slowly but surely, we will counter this Islamophobia. Everybody had it. The Irish had it, the Catholics had it, the Italians had it. Now it's just the time of the Muslims.
How long it will take to counter is anyone's guess. Deborah Feyerick, CNN, New York.